Okay, imagine this. A world with zero inflation, no interest payments, and maybe even no poverty. Sounds pretty radical, right? Well, today we're taking a deep dive into a source that proposes just that. It's called Manظومة العالمين المالية, or the financial system of the two worlds. And it's not just a theory. It's presented as a total reset for the global economy, blending, interestingly, religious principles with modern tech. Let's unpack it.
Yeah, it's quite something. The proposal comes from an independent researcher, and it's framed as the, and I quote, radical and final solution to these huge economic problems we see everywhere.
Inflation, usury interest, basically, and poverty. Those are the big targets.
Exactly. And what's really foundational, maybe the most fascinating part, is how it hinges on two completely new kinds of digital currency.
A final solution. Strong language. Okay, so let's dig into that foundation. It starts with a specific digital currency, right? The digital gold gram currency. And this is directly tied value-wise to 18-karat gold.
Correct. Real tangible value linkage.
But here's where it gets really unconventional, I think. The security model. It apparently functions like mobile phone top-up credit.
Yeah, that's the analogy used. And it reportedly leverages mobile SIM card technology itself, not the internet, for security.
So bypassing typical online vulnerabilities, using the physical SIM network layer.
That seems to be the idea. The author stresses there's no mining, no blockchain. It supposedly holds its value inherently, acts as its own reserve.
Which leads to the claim of no inflation, no usury.
Precisely.
Okay, but that's the big question, isn't it? How does it actually claim to eliminate inflation? That's the holy grail for economists.
Well, this is where the second currency comes in. The source explains that the initial digital gold currency can then transform. It becomes a digital time currency.
The currency. Okay, how does that work?
It's a really unique concept. They calculate its value by taking a specific amount of gold, 85 grams of 18-karat gold, which is the zakat nisab, a known threshold in Islamic tradition.
Right, the minimum wealth level for paying zakat, the charitable obligation.
Exactly that. And they divide the value of that gold by the total number of hours in a Hijri year.
The Islamic lunar calendar year. Okay.
So you get a value unit based on time derived from gold. And here's the key part. When you use this time currency for, say, phone calls or internet data...
Services, basically.
Yes. That credit, that value, is burned. It's consumed and disappears from the system.
Ah, so it's constantly being removed from circulation through use.
That's the claim.
Wow.
And the author argues this makes it immune to inflation because the supply isn't just managed, it's actively reduced through consumption.
Wow, okay. That's a completely different way of thinking about money.
Right.
It's a lot to process. So, beyond the tech and the currencies, what's the bigger picture here? What does this system promise for, regular people, for the economy, if it were actually implemented?
The vision painted is, frankly, transformative. We're talking about promises of, like you said, 0% inflation, 0% usury.
Which is huge in itself.
Huge. But it goes further. 0% taxes and customs duties, according to the source, plus 100% project financing for citizens via an Islamic Mirabaha system.
Which is asset-based financing, avoiding interest. So easier access to capital for projects.
Right. And then there's automatic immediate zakat distribution built in, aiming to directly tackle poverty.
Directly wiring funds based on the zakat rules.
Seems so. And even an instant retirement option if your annual savings drop below that zakat nisab level we mentioned.
That's quite a safety net. And transactions.
Aiming to be totally paperless. Using AI and biometric authentication, think fingerprint or facial recognition tied to your digital identity, no cards, no cash.
Seamless and secure, theoretically. And linking salaries to gold to reduce wealth caps.
That's another proposed element, yes. To stabilize purchasing power and narrow the disparity between high and low earners.
These are incredibly ambitious goals. What does the author see as the main obstacles? Or maybe, what's the expected disruption?
Well, disruption is definitely central to the vision. The author explicitly foresees the, quote, extinction of traditional banks.
Extinction, not just disruption.
That's the word used. And they position it as superior to current cryptocurrencies because it offers stability tied to tangible value, unlike, the volatility we often see.
A stable coin, but with a very different foundation and mechanism.
Sort of, yes. And the scale of belief in this is maybe best reflected in the proposed IP valuation.
What's that?
Over €1 trillion for exclusive ownership rights. Though they mention flexible payment plans based on annual income. It just underscores the massive economic transformation the author believes this system represents.
€1 trillion. That certainly signals confidence. So, reflecting on all this, what really stands out to you about a system trying to merge these ancient religious financial principles with very modern, almost futuristic tech?
It fundamentally challenges our assumptions, doesn't it? About how money has to work. Bridging those two worlds, deeply held religious ethics and cutting-edge digital systems to solve problems like inflation and usury is, well, it's a profound undertaking. The idea of value as consumable time alone is radically different.
It really is. And maybe for you, the listener, the question becomes, what would a world look like if it genuinely achieved freedom from inflation, interest, and poverty? And could this kind of unexpected blend of tradition and technology actually be a path towards it? Something to think about.